Hey guys, Foxdrop here with a video on what I think are the 3 most overpowered and broken things in the new preseason jungle. Now I understand that the preseason is a time for testing and experimentation, so this is definitely not a call to arms against Riot for poor balancing or anything like that. The first thing that I find a bit too strong is the new Devourer enchant, or more specifically, the stack generation of it. The item itself is a huge power spike for certain junglers. It gives you a lot of on-hit damage as soon as you've picked it up, which is pretty strong but not necessarily overpowered. The problem I have with it is how quickly it can generate stacks. Currently you get +1 stack for every big jungle monster you kill, and 2 stacks for every kill and assist you get. Now in theory I really like this. It promotes playing with the team and getting champion kills as opposed to just mindlessly farming the jungle. But I think the fact that you get 2 stacks for an assist is a bit crazy, because there are some champions who can get assists very easily. Think of someone like Warwick when he uses his W. And even if you're not a champion who can get easy assists with their abilities, you can buy an item that will buff your teammates or debuff the enemies that will grant you easy assists. The ones that come to mind would be like Randuin's, Lockett, or that new Shurelya's item. In my opinion, I think it would be a bit better if the Devourer only gave you 1 stack for an assist, but we'll wait and see what happens. The second thing, which I think is way too strong, is the Ranger's Trailblazer. As a smite upgrade, this provides you way too much. It gives you 4 different benefits, and all of these benefits are universal, generalized things, meaning that this item is good in every situation for every champion. The whole point of the new jungle items is to give you different options for different situations, and that's kind of flawed when you have one which you just literally cannot go wrong with if you buy it. Right now, it reduces your smite's cooldown, it heals you for a percentage of missing health and mana, it does 50% of its damage as AoE, and it stuns everything that it hits. You could easily remove 2 of these benefits and it would still be a really strong item, and that's not even talking about the fact that it reduces your smite's cooldown, which is a huge deal. In this new jungle where everything is so strong and that you get benefits for smiting stuff, having a lower cooldown smite is really powerful. And the thing which is, in my opinion, the most broken aspect of the new preseason jungle is the smite buff you get from the chickens. When you smite chickens, you're granted a buff that alerts you whenever you are spotted by an enemy ward and grants you true vision to take out that ward. The vision control granted by this buff is pretty ridiculous, especially when you consider the fact that you are a jungler, which means vision control is even more important. You are, as a jungler, essentially the biggest reason why people buy wards in this game, so having the ability to stomp those wards is very good. Something worth thinking about as well is that depending on what type of ward you killed, you'll be granted up to 30 gold, so essentially by smiting those chickens, you're getting even more moolah. It's also worth bearing in mind that this is a buff you get from one of the jungle monsters, and as such it should be compared to the other buffs that you get from the other jungle monsters. And in comparison, those other jungle buffs don't hold a light to what the chickens give you, which means it is disproportionately powerful. It's also pretty snowbally if you're given the opportunity to take away the enemy chickens as well, meaning you'll be able to stomp 2 wards and the enemy jungler won't be able to stomp anything. I feel like if the chicken buff simply just alerted you to whenever you're spotted by a ward, that in itself would be really strong and maybe even too powerful. The fact that you're then granted true vision to kill the ward off is ridiculously strong. So that's my opinion on the top 3 overpowered stuff of the pre-season 5 jungle. If you did like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to me for more educational league content and to learn more about the season 5 jungle. You can also find me on Facebook and on Twitter, and catch me streaming on Twitch too. All of those links are in the description. But thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.